If you think a hug is just a hug, you're missing the loudest silent signal she can give you. The duration of a hug is one of the clearest yet most overlooked signals of emotional intent. Most people hug out of habit, quick, light, and almost automatic. It's a social gesture, something done without thought. But when a hug lasts longer than expected, even by just a few seconds, it shifts from routine to meaningful. When she holds on to you just a little longer, it usually means she's not in a rush to let go. Time becomes less important in that moment. Instead of treating the hug like a formality, she allows herself to stay present in it. That pause, however brief, reveals comfort. And comfort is the foundation of attraction. A prolonged hug often signals that she feels safe around you. People don't linger in close physical contact unless they feel at ease. If there was hesitation or uncertainty, the hug would be short and distant. But when she stays, it shows she's relaxed enough to enjoy your presence without needing to pull away quickly. There's also an emotional layer to it. A longer hug can mean she's trying to feel closer to you without using words. Physical connection becomes her way of expressing interest subtly. She may not openly say how she feels, but her actions fill in the gaps. That extra second or two becomes a quiet form of communication. At the same time, context matters. A long hug in a meaningful moment, like greeting after time apart or saying goodbye, can carry even more weight. It suggests she values the connection and wants to hold on to it just a bit longer. In the end, it's not about counting seconds. It's about noticing the difference between a hug that ends quickly and one that lingers. That small extension often reveals a deeper emotional intention that words might never fully express. Body pressure during a hug says more than most people realize. It's not just about contact. It's about how much of herself she allows into that moment. When a hug is light and distant, it usually reflects politeness or basic friendliness. There's a subtle barrier, a sense of holding back. But when the pressure increases, when she leans in and closes that space, the message changes completely. Comfort is the first thing revealed through body pressure. If she presses into you naturally, without stiffness or hesitation, it shows she feels safe in your presence. People don't lean into someone they're unsure about. That kind of closeness requires trust, even if it's unspoken. Her body relaxes instead of resisting, and that relaxation is a strong indicator that she's at ease with you. Attraction often shows itself in that same movement. When she pulls you closer or doesn't hold back physically, it can signal that she enjoys being near you on a deeper level. It's not something she has to think about. It happens instinctively. The body responds faster than the mind, and in that brief moment, her actions can reveal what she might not say out loud. There's also a difference in how consistent the pressure is. A genuine, comfortable hug tends to feel steady, not forced or awkward. If she maintains that closeness instead of quickly easing off, it suggests she's fully present in the interaction. She's not rushing through it, she's experiencing it. Subtle changes matter too. A slight increase in pressure, a gentle pull inward, or even the way her posture aligns with yours can all indicate a stronger emotional connection. These are small details, but they carry weight. In the end, body pressure transforms a simple hug into something more expressive. It reflects how comfortable she feels, how open she is, and whether there's a level of attraction beneath the surface that words haven't yet revealed. Hand placement during a hug is one of the most revealing details, yet it's often ignored. Where her hands naturally go can quietly communicate how she sees you and how comfortable she feels in that moment. Unlike words, this kind of signal isn't filtered. It's instinctive. If her hands stay in a neutral position, like lightly resting on your upper arms or shoulders without much movement, the hug is likely friendly and respectful. There's nothing wrong with it, but it usually doesn't carry deeper emotional weight. It's controlled, measured, and somewhat reserved. But when her hands begin to settle more naturally, things start to change. If they wrap fully around you, holding you instead of just touching you, it shows a different level of comfort. She's not just going through the motion, she's engaging in it. That shift from light contact to a more secure hold suggests she's present and emotionally open in that moment. Pay attention to subtle actions. If her hands press gently into your back, or if her fingers relax instead of staying stiff, It often means she feels at ease. Relaxed hands are a sign that she's not guarded. And when someone isn't guarded, it creates space for genuine connection. Another detail is movement. If her hands adjust slightly during the hug, pulling you closer, lingering, or even softly tracing your back, it can indicate a deeper level of interest. These are not exaggerated gestures, but they're meaningful. They show that she's not trying to end the moment quickly. Even the way she lets go matters. If her hands slide away slowly, rather than dropping immediately, it reflects hesitation to break that connection. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes. In the end, hand placement transforms a simple hug into a quiet form of expression. It reveals comfort, openness, and sometimes attraction, all without a single word being said. Breathing and stillness during a hug reveal a level of connection that words often fail to capture. Most casual hugs are quick and slightly restless. There's movement, a shift of weight, a subtle impatience to move on. But when there's something deeper present, everything begins to slow down. When she becomes still in your arms, it's not by accident. Stillness means she's not distracted, not thinking about what comes next. She's fully in that moment with you. People don't pause like that unless they feel comfortable enough to let their guard down. It shows she's not trying to control the interaction. She's allowing it to happen naturally. Breathing adds another layer to this. If her breathing becomes calm and steady while she's close to you, it's a strong sign of ease. The body tends to relax when it feels safe, and that relaxation shows through the rhythm of breath. Sometimes, without even realizing it, her breathing may begin to sync with yours. That kind of alignment isn't planned. It's a natural response to closeness and emotional presence. On the other hand, if there's tension, quick breaths, slight stiffness, or constant movement, it usually signals that she's not fully comfortable. The difference is subtle, but noticeable if you pay attention. A relaxed, steady presence speaks louder than any forced gesture. Stillness also creates a sense of intimacy. When neither of you feels the need to rush or break away, it turns a simple hug into a shared moment rather than just an action. It's in that quiet pause where connection is felt most strongly. In the end, breathing and stillness are powerful because they can't be easily faked. They reflect what she genuinely feels in that moment. When everything slows down and she remains present with you, it often means the connection goes deeper than surface-level interaction. The way she pulls away from a hug can reveal more than the hug itself. It's the final moment, the transition from closeness back to distance, that often carries the most honest signal. People can control how they start a hug, but how they end it is usually more natural, less calculated. If she pulls away quickly, almost immediately after contact, it often suggests the hug was just a formality. There's no pause, no hesitation, just a clean break. It doesn't necessarily mean anything negative, but it usually indicates that the moment didn't hold deeper emotional weight for her. She's comfortable, but not invested in extending that closeness. But when she pulls away slowly, everything changes. A slight delay, a gentle release instead of an abrupt one, shows that she wasn't in a rush to end the moment. That hesitation is important. It often means she enjoyed being close to you and needed a second longer before letting go. It's a subtle signal, but it carries emotional depth. Pay attention to what happens during that separation. If her hands slide off gradually instead of dropping instantly, it reflects a softer, more connected exit. Sometimes, she might even keep light contact for a brief moment after the hug technically ends. That lingering touch can signal that she's still mentally in that moment, not ready to fully disconnect. Eye contact right after also matters. If she looks at you, even briefly, it can reinforce that the hug meant something more than routine interaction. It creates a continuation of the connection, rather than a sudden stop. In contrast, if she immediately turns away or creates distance without any pause, it usually means she's simply moving on. There's no emotional extension beyond the gesture. In the end, the way she pulls away is like the final sentence of a conversation. It sums up everything she felt in that moment, whether it was just polite or something more meaningful. Most men overlook the simplest moments. They search for words, texts, and obvious signs, but attraction often hides in quiet, physical gestures. A hug is one of the most honest forms of communication because it's hard to fake. When a woman feels something real, her body expresses it before her words ever do. You just have to pay attention. A hug can be casual, friendly, polite, or it can carry a different kind of energy. The difference isn't in what she says, it's in how she holds you. When she hugs you and lets it linger just a second longer than expected, that's not accidental. People who feel nothing rush through contact. But when she stays there, even briefly, it means she's comfortable in your space. She's not counting the seconds. She's feeling the moment. Pay attention to how close she pulls you. If there's real attraction, there's no gap. Her body naturally closes the distance. It's subtle, but it's intentional. That kind of closeness isn't forced. It's instinctive. She's not thinking about it. She's responding to how she feels. Then there's her hands. Where they rest matters more than you think. If her arms stay high and distant, it's neutral. But when her hands settle lower, hold tighter, or gently press into you, that's where emotion starts to show. That's where a simple hug becomes something more personal. Notice her stillness. When a hug is just friendly, it's quick and moving. But when she pauses, when her body relaxes into yours and everything slows down, that's connection. That's her being present with you, not just passing through the moment. And the most overlooked part, the way she lets go. If she pulls away quickly, it's just a gesture. But if she hesitates, if her hands slide away slowly, or she lingers for that extra heartbeat, that hesitation speaks louder than anything she could say. It means she didn't want it to end so quickly. Attraction isn't always loud. It doesn't always come with obvious signs or clear words. Sometimes it's hidden in something as simple as a hug, but only if you're aware enough to feel the difference.